What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're going to be checking out Love Bites, Raise Some Hell today. Haven't heard this song before? It's first time hearing it. This is the Mad Scientist Musician channel. We do first time hear song analysis, gear reviews, originals, covers, improvs, all kinds of music recording content. Like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hit the like button. Don't be shy. You don't like the video? Tell me why you don't like it. Hit the dislike button. Comments are always available and appreciated, encouraged, and we got memberships available for those that want to help support the channel. For less than a cup of coffee a month, you get access to all the videos of your favorite bands. We do upload bulk videos and schedule them out over the weeks most of the time. Sometimes we try and catch up, but most of the time, we'll record a bunch of videos and then schedule them out. That way you guys get daily videos. We got the dono button. That's the little thanks button. If you like what we're doing, you want to give us a little donation, and you don't feel like doing the membership thing,
saya 샌들이 나요. 말할게요. 미나 준비 됐습니까? Ready? Make some noise, raise some hell. Make some noise, raise some hell. Make some noise, louder. Make some noise, Arena. Make some noise, Body Korea. Make some noise, Tina. Make some noise. Last one, make some
they're really zooming in on that Les Paul custom. Yep, that is definitely an absolutely beautiful Les Paul. I'm not a big Les Paul fan, I'm not a big Gibson fan, but hey, a lot of people use them. A lot of people love them. They are popular for a reason. This is a 4/4 time signature. They're in drop D. Everybody's in drop D. Guitar 1, guitar 2, and the bass player. The double kicks that are going on are just driving this song, pushing things along, getting stuff started, showing that there's going to be a lot of energy coming up. There's a lot going on. Really hard to make out everything that's going on. The riffs that the guitars and the bass are using are so quick, and the bass is following the guitars. The strumming is following the kick drum. Everything is going blistering fast, but they've got some really neat riffs if we can pull them out. Rim shots on the snare from the drummer are just hard, consistent, and super timed. These riffs are crazy, tricky riffs. They got some good sections where they're just chugging and they're hitting some good hard rock chords. But man, yeah, tricky riffs, fingers just flying all over the place. It's an amazing band. They've got like outstanding talent. Their skills and abilities are god tier. I really shouldn't expect anything less. I'm just trying to make out everything that's going on. This is live, so it's not going to be as clear and precise as an album song. Those are a lot more refined and produced. When you're recording off of live, sometimes you can't get a really pure good mix. Sounds are going to cancel each other out. Different frequencies are going to cancel each other out along with the sounds. So you've got to kind of be careful on which way and where you're recording from, because you might mix or you might muddle up certain aspects of the song and they're going to get missed. This is just crazy. I'm seeing their fingers go a mile a minute, and it's a 4/4 time, but the BPM and beats per minute have got to be super crazy fast. I found a tablature to this song. It's on a paid site. None of the free sites have it, so I only got a little bit of information out of it. But yeah, it was 4/4 time. Everybody was in drop D, which I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit lower, but her voice fits a drop D song, so it's very fitting for what's going on. Sounds so tired. Now, with the live concerts, they add things to the songs. They break up the songs and they make them longer, more crowd interactions to get the crowd going and get everybody hyped up and everything. Her Make Some Noise, that's not going to be in the album version. A lot of people that see the reactions love the live reactions. I like the concert reactions, but I also like getting the studio versions so I know what it's supposed to sound like and where the energy is supposed to be at what points in time in the song. When you're getting live performances, this could have been recorded after they had done 3 months straight. This could have been recorded the first show. I do not know. But with that being said, if they're fresh on the tour and they got all kinds of energy, that's great. As they go on, they're going to get tired. Their voice is going to get tired. That's why I said she kind of sounds tired in this. There's been a couple other times that I've mentioned things about the vocalist almost struggling, and people want to defend, and there's nothing to defend. I'm not saying it in a negative manner. I'm noting an observation because I understand the amount of energy and will and drive it takes to go out on tour, perform every day, every other day, day in, day out, week after week after week. You get tired. You want to take a break. You need time off. The human body needs to rest. Vocal cords are the only instrument that, as you get older, they get more frail. The more you use them, they get more frail. So it's one of those instruments that you really, really need to take care of. And performing all the time really puts a strain on the vocal cords. Guitars, you change the strings, the pickups wear out, you change the pickups, something breaks, you can fix it. The human body, yes, there's surgery, and yes, many singers have gone through and gotten vocal surgery, but a lot of times it takes a lot away from them too. So they have to be on the ball and aware of what's going on when they're singing. And if they need to take a break, they take a break. Go and do crowd interaction. Get the crowd involved. Take a breather. Get your voice back to where it needs to be. Get your energy back up. It only takes these guys a second or two of a pause to pull a little bit of energy from the crowd and recharge what they're missing in an essence. drummer's really not going crazy on fills in this song. Sometimes she's got some mind-blowing skills, and the fills that she uses or creates are just so fantastic because they've got great runs, they've got great sounds, and she's not just doing a quick little brr brr. She's accenting something and making a point of accenting it. This is really an interesting video because of how the energy is being proportioned. I love the crowd work. I love that they're going out into the crowds. They're walking around. They're being in the middle. That also gives them the ability to absorb some of that energy from the crowd and get a good recharge on their batteries, because walking through the crowd like that, you will definitely absorb all the energy from them, and it's an amazing feeling when you've gone through a crowd that's just seen something that was absolutely mind-blowing, and it's like hooking up to a car battery and getting a full recharge in a matter of no time. They're having fun with it. You gotta have fun with it. That's part of the performance. Having fun with the performance in the crowd. There's a solo going on. Kick slide. Okay, they're going back and forth with the solos, which is really cool. I love how they flip-flop back and forth and kind of do a call and response with the solos. One does some really neat stuff. The next one goes back and does some different stuff, but it's really neat also. And they just go back and forth and have a lot of fun with the solos. I see a wah pedal right there. Oh, that's her pedal board. Oh, interesting. Lots of goodies on that pedal board. Oh, yeah. Cool. Big old Les Paul sign right there. Yep. Old Gibson. I feel like we missed a lot with those solos. I really do. There was a lot in those solos. There was a lot in those solos. Let's go back. Because they were running scales, running arpeggios, hammer-on, pull-offs, finger tapping. I mean, amazing stuff. And super fast. Let's see. Hey, this is where she started soloing, but it's kind of hard to hear. Whoa. I totally missed that the first time. Wow, that was cool. The drum fill to show that the solo is going to change was really neat. It wasn't her typical fill that she'd been doing this song. That was, here, let's try and catch that. Really, the solo is really blended in with the vocals, and the two guitars are really blended together, so I'm having a hard time pulling out just the solo, but I caught that drum fill. And that was, check this. This was speed picking. There's some tapping. There's another tap when she just, yep. Now you see her fingers moving. She's also got a wah pedal down there that makes the sound go with a wah. So yeah, she's helping the wah with, and she's also putting some bends in on the solos. Very interesting technique. I like how they're doing it. A lot of it's just a 3-string solo. They're using the bottom 3 strings. They're not really going up really high, but they are going up the neck, which is kind of interesting. I've been seeing a lot of different people doing all kinds of different solos. And one thing that I've been learning, because Marty Friedman from Megadeth, he was in the Rust in Peace album. He's been spending a lot of time over in Japan. Now, apparently, Japanese and Western music is not the same, and over in Japan and Asia, they focus on the melody and the groove, not the technical aspects of it. So their focuses are different, so they can bring different things to the table. That's why I'm so blown away with these Asian bands, is because they're doing stuff that I'm not really accustomed to because I grew up with American and European metal. These guys are going in for the groove and the melody, and they're having a field day with that. And instead of going up the strings, they're going up the neck to catch certain notes to keep the melody going. Very, very interesting. And I really, now that I understand the differences because of what Marty Friedman from Bradley Hall's School of Music was teaching, yeah, it was a really cool video because Marty and Brad got in between, got some really interesting topics going about solos and using chords and arpeggios and scales, and not just being technical and sticking to the notes that are in each particular arpeggio or shape, but going with the feel and letting kind of nature take its course and your hands just kind of freely flow where they need to go. Totally different style, different mindset, both work perfectly well. There is no one better than the other. They're just different. Hard, heavy chugging. Oh, drummers having fun. Drummers having fun. Wow, did you catch those? Another one. So good, so good. That was an interesting type of change. The groove in his last part's really cool. It's definitely driving and pumping and very energetic. I love the consistent rim shots on the snare, super fast double pedals, and just consistent rim shots. And then she threw those beautiful fills in there to add a little spicy to it. Oh yeah, great stuff. Guitar is still just ripping all over the place. Hard, heavy patterns that work so well. And the solos and just free range playing just fits in like a glove. Absolutely perfect. didn't do it again. I caught it a little bit perfect. That sounded like a triplet on the kick drums. Oh, neat stuff. They're throwing such cool patterns in this song. This song is full of just really neat patterns. Did you catch that? I dig it. I dig it. That was a good song. I do want to find it where I do want to find the studio version. That way I can get a better idea of what was going on with the guitars. It sounded like there was a lot of cool stuff going on, and I just couldn't physically hear it. There was a lot going on, and live recordings can be harder to hear certain instruments and hear what's going on depending upon the venue that they're in, how they recorded it, and at what levels the sound engineer has everybody set at, because there's some dude sitting in a mixer somewhere in the venue adjusting levels, making sure everything can be heard correctly. You got to make sure that the sound hits different areas at the same time so that there's no echoes and no delays. Everybody's going to get some kind of weird thing when you're in an enclosed venue versus an open air venue. So all of that is to take into consideration when you're recording from either the mixer or directly off of the instruments. Either way, if it's not adjusted correctly and mixed later and not corrected, then you're going to get sound blends like we got this time, where certain frequencies were canceled out, other frequencies were hard to hear. My tinnitus is going crazy at this point, so I've got like 5 different octaves ringing off in my ear at the same time. So there's a lot going on. The drummer absolutely nailed it at the beginning. She wasn't doing a lot of crazy fills to show the changes and stuff, but towards the middle to the end, oh man, the stuff she was throwing out there was just great. Absolutely love the different patterns that she was throwing and how the fills livened up as she got later on in the song. Guitars, solos, absolutely beautiful solos. I couldn't really make a lot out of the solos, but I could see the fingers moving, and I can see the hammer-ons and pull-offs and the finger tapping and the speed picking. And when the fingers are going crazy up and down, you know this hand's going really crazy. It takes a lot of practice, decades of work, years and years of dedication to get to the skills and abilities that these girls have. Absolutely really appreciate the song and what they do. Appreciate the music that they make, the way that they go about making it. Her vocals are always so cool to listen to. She's got some weird vibratos. She throws flats and sharps in where you don't expect them, and it all works. Again, it goes back to the Eastern philosophy of melody versus technicality. I'll take either one. As long as it sounds really cool and it takes some skills to play, we'll run with it. I really appreciate all of that stuff. Kind of glad I went and pre-looked at it. It really didn't help me much though, because I figuring out a 4/4 time schedule or 4/4 time signature isn't that hard to do. Drop D tuning, I'm starting to pull out which frequencies are what for the songs, but it was good to know that everybody was tuned to the same thing. Nobody was tuned off or different. Sometimes they will do that. just a matter of how you play your fiddle after you get it tuned differently. The fingering's not going to be the same. That's pretty much easy enough to figure out, especially if you know what you're doing and what your intentions are for that certain song. I just made a short about why I have so many guitars. Well, why do so many musicians have to tune differently? Slayer plays in E flat. A lot of people play in E standard. People play in drop D. I found a Pantera song that was drop D flat. I'm like, excuse me, what? I mean, you got C and B, and yeah, there's all kinds of different styles of tunings and weighted tunes. People will tune all the way down 6 strings the same note because they can. I've got no explanation for it. It's not something that I've done. It's not something I've tried. I'm just now really screwing around with different tunings as I'm being more technical on learning certain songs, and people throw songs at me to learn, like Pantera, This Love. Yeah, I spent the past half hour earlier before I started doing reactions trying to throw a short together. Just need to record the intro to it. Was gonna do a quick short. Did my fingers want to work? Nope. By the time it started coming out, I had indentation, so I was twanging strings. And yeah, we're gonna do reactions and let the fingers recover and go on and get some more content ready, because I don't think we have a video for tomorrow. So this is for tomorrow. If you guys watch it, I appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video and you listen to my rambling and stuff, I really, really appreciate it. Go ahead and throw a 55 down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.